Hi guys, FootyTalkers are back again. We were away to another country, so we couldn't do much of the videos. But we are back. So I am Harry Potter, and this is Peter Parker, and I'm with Jack Sparrow.
Hello.
Today we are going to talk about a big clash, Liverpool versus Manchester United. We are going to focus only on that game because we support Manchester United, and one of my friends supports Liverpool. So you all should know by the jerseys we are wearing. And so let's get straight to business. What does this clash mean to you all? Manchester United versus Liverpool. Uh, no matter where we are on the pitch, on the field, or where we are on the table, no matter where we stand in terms of Champions League or even in the League Cup or whatever, this game is big. Even in the friendlies, we do not want to lose. It goes for both teams. What do you make of it? So let the home team speak first.
For me, I think this is the biggest clash in world football because of how many people who watch this and how many people support both these teams. And another thing is both of them are the two most successful clubs. So taking out the successful factor, both of the fans are very passionate fans. They have in the 70s and 80s Liverpool were the dominating force. Then in the 90s Man U were the dominating force. In the early 2000s, Arsenal, Chelsea, and even Man City dominated, but no one has dominated for a prolonged period of time like Manchester United and Liverpool. So that is why it's a big clash. And another factor is the fans and how respectful they are. Even though they have a big rivalry between Liverpool fans and Manchester United fans, there's no hate towards it. It's always a respectful factor because both Liverpool fans and Manchester United fans know that they both had very good teams and they do not build a team just based on money, based on using their youth, using their academies, using Liverpool born players or Manchester born players with the added quality of one or two players. So the overall factor of their fans, the quality players, the focus on their academy, and the international audience that supports both these teams. That is why I think it's the biggest clash in world football.
For me, I think this is a game of pride. It's between the Manchester United and Liverpool. This game is always a big game watched by everybody, like what you said. Players give their 200% for this game. Win or lose, it doesn't matter, but they make sure it's their game. This is the big game for Manchester United, whether it's a first, second, third, or 7 or 8. But this game is so important that everybody is going to give their 100%, 200% all out. Even the fans, they're going to shout their lungs out for this game.
For me, personally, this is the kind of game where when the league fixtures come out, you first look at when are we playing Liverpool. We don't see when are we playing Arsenal. We don't see when are we playing Manchester City. Liverpool is always the number one team we clash with, especially like what I said at the start. Doesn't matter where we are, doesn't matter who we are. If we support Manchester United or Liverpool, that's the first picture we see. We will scroll down our eyes all the way down to Liverpool to see when we playing them, and we keep the dates free. Even for example, if we are not in the country to watch it, we will still be somewhere trying to get a connection to watch the game. That's how big this game is for me, and most likely to the other fans as well. So okay, let's go. Let's speak about the game. The run of form. Liverpool are in great form. They have been winning and drawing games. They haven't lost especially in EPL. And for Manchester United on the other side, we have been poor in terms of finishing, in terms of defending, in terms of getting a style of play. We have been very poor. So what do you make of this game? Is it a clear cut Liverpool are favourites, or do you think Manchester United are the favourites like always?
For this game, as you all know, Liverpool is at its top form in the recent years, and the game is happening at Anfield. You all know about Anfield. The stadium is a huge fan base. They are non-stop uh, big time fans. But for this game, Manu also is having a bad time. This is one of the worst times you have ever seen Manu. And I like what I said before, they are going to give their 100%, and it's not easy to go past Man U. Trust my words. That's all.
For me, I feel that this game, it definitely form plays a part. But when you come to this game, whether you are the weakest team or you are the strongest team, it doesn't matter, because whoever walks into the pitch, if they give 150%, 200%, the chances of you winning is higher, especially because there's a lot of emotions and pride involved in this game. So, run of form matters, but what evidently matters is what you are going to play for in the end. Whether you have the heart and soul to play for the Manchester United or Liverpool. So, form, it's like I said, it matters, but when the 11 players step into the pitch, if they want to do it, they will do it. That's how this game is going to be. What about you, Peter Parker?
For me, I think this is one of the rare fixtures where the form or the informed team doesn't always win. The one who is out of form is the one like usually wins or usually give a better performance. I think the pressure on the informed team and the pressure on the favourites would be too much for the team to handle, and the underdog somehow will perform and snatch a win. So in recent years, Liverpool has been favourites, and somehow Manchester United would win during the Van Gaal time, and even during Jose Mourinho in last season where Rashford made a big difference. So I think form is always a key way to look at which team is going to win, but for this specific fixture, I think form doesn't play a part. It's just that who turns up, and usually in recent years, the underdog and the team which is out of form usually turns up. And Jose Mourinho is already having a lot of pressure now, and the best way to get back his friends is to win Liverpool and break their unbeaten streak.
Okay, talking about this, all these games, as much as we talk about pride, as much as we talk about effort, hard work, and the pitch, all comes down to key battles in the field. Especially, let me name out a few. Van Dijk versus Lukaku. These two players, they are huge, they are strong, they are fast. They are capable of winning the game within a split second. And then we also have what's his name, Milner against Paul Pogba. If Paul Pogba plays, and it's going to be a tough fight because Pogba is known. Without Pogba in the team, it's a bit weird. So Milner, we all have seen what he is capable of. He's a hard tackler. He goes in, he plays with his passion. He's the epitome of passion. So against a guy who has everything but he doesn't play with that much of a passion, it's going to be a key battle. Martial against Trent, or Rashford against Robertson. All these games are Salah against Ashley Young or Luke Shaw. These are the few key battles in this game. What do you think? Which battle will decide the factor of the entire game?
For me, I think it has to be it's either Salah or Rashford is going to decide the game because at their form they are playing. I think Rashford will figure how to break the Liverpool's defense. And like what you said, Pogba, his lack of passion and everything, he has been out for 2 games or 3 games. I think for the upcoming big fixture, Mourinho has to play him to prove himself what he's really made up of. That's all for me.
For me, I think the key player for Liverpool would be their new signings. I think how Fabinho and Naby Keita performs in this game, I think would be the key battle or key moment because, for example, Fabinho and Keita playing against Pogba. Because in the first video, I said Keita is like Liverpool's version of Pogba. So I think this game, if Keita plays, I think he will show his quality. Because in previous season, Liverpool always press hard and do not really slow the game down. And Keita has that quality, has that chill factor in him. So I think Keita and his ability to control the tempo, that would be the key factor for Liverpool's victory. And if he does that, then Liverpool would win. But if Pogba shows his quality and shows how much of a good player he is, then I think Liverpool wouldn't really stand that much of a chance.
As much as it's funny as it sounds, I think the game is going to be decided by Lukaku and Pogba. Both of them have been out of favour for Mourinho and the fans for the past few games. And I think this is what Mourinho is trying to do. He's trying to build the pressure up for the both of them. Like feed them the pressure. You're dropped, you're dropped, you're dropped. You get the anger. And when you get to perform against a team like Liverpool, Pogba is the kind of player who feeds off this kind of pressure. He wants to play in this kind of games. And Pogba is the kind of guy, he likes the attention. So, right, the past 2 games, past 3 games for Manchester United, Pogba hasn't had any attention. And if he plays against Liverpool and he plays extremely well, the attention all will shift back to him. So, players like Pogba in this game, he has to play because he has an arrogance in the midfield. And especially with at Anfield, we need that arrogance. And for Lukaku, he hasn't been scoring much. He has scored in the past 2 games, but he hasn't been the usual Lukaku. And if he's going to score a goal against a most informed defensive side of Liverpool, then it's going to be a huge boost for him. And that's what he wants because he's also played for Everton. He knows what it's like to score against Liverpool. So for Manchester United, these two, and for Liverpool, very easy. Van Dijk has been excellent this season. If he makes a mistake, you have to pounce on it because he hasn't made much. And he's the one trying to boost up the entire defense. Without him, they are just shambles. So, in my opinion, you have to press Van Dijk. So when you press Van Dijk and he like screws up or something, what happens? Very simple. The rest of the team lose confidence because Van Dijk is the guy with the aura. So in my opinion, these 3 players has the ability to change the entire game. So talking about key players, now we're going to go up into the lineup. So we're going to go in this order: Manchester United, Liverpool, and Manchester United, as we have 3 of us. So we're going to start with Jack Sparrow. What's your lineup?
For
You
me,
can say a preferred 11 or 11 that you think Mourinho will play out. It's up to you.
I think I will say my preferred 11. For me, De Gea is confirmed is going to start. For left back, I really think it's going to be Luke Shaw or Ashley Young to cover up the space to contain Salah. Like the previous game, I think Ashley Young actually made a good performance against Salah. And for the centre backs, I think Smalling and Rojo is back. I don't want Phil Jones, man, please. For the right back, it has to be Dalot or Ashley Young. If Luke Shaw is on the left, Ashley Young has to be on the right. Then for the midfield, we need a player like Fellaini to be there, to be doing to clear the mess the defense does. It's going to be Matic and Pogba. For the front three, the attacking mid has to be Mata. He's the one. He has been awesome for the past few games. Center attacking mid is going to be Mata. Left Marshall, right Rashford, and Lukaku right up in the front.
You have 12 players in your squad.
No, I think it's 4-3-3, right?
No, you have Mata and your attacking mid. And you have
Then I wish I will take up Pogba first to give him the pressure more.
Okay,
Like what you said.
That could work out against Liverpool because you mirror the 4-3-3, you have man to man, and Lukaku running down the channel, so that could work. And what do you think as a Liverpool fan? How does this formation? Does it trouble you?
I think a Manchester United without Pogba would make Liverpool mentality even more attacking, because Pogba is the only player who has that quality, and if he's not playing, I think Liverpool should play with extra attacker, maybe like Shaqiri in the formation.
And what's your preferred 11 or the Klopp's 11?
So my preferred 11, because I think Pogba is gonna play, so it will be Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip, and Trent. And the midfield 3 will be Fabinho, Keita, and Milner. I think Fabinho is key because he's the one who should recycle possession and slow the game down, because in the past it's too gung-ho and Manchester United and Jose Mourinho pounced on that. So I think Fabinho will be important to recycle the possession, and Keita should show his quality. So I think Keita, Fabinho, and Milner. And the front 3 is Firmino, Salah, and Mane. Yeah.
That's pretty straightforward, but I'm a bit surprised that you left out Wijnaldum, because Wijnaldum has been an engine for Liverpool, and I seriously think with Wijnaldum in the team, Manchester United has to be a bit more defensive in terms of they can't commit that much player forward, because he's an engine. He's a box-to-box player. He's the real box-to-box player you can see in modern day football. He's up, he's down, he's on the left, he's on the right. So I'm pretty surprised he left Wijnaldum out. What do you make of Peter's preferred Liverpool 11?
I think they are going to attack more like Mourinho is a standard play. He's going to be at the first half. He's confirmed going to be defensive. He's going to defend their ass out in the first half, and second half is the half that Manchester United is going to produce their attacks and everything. And if Pogba is there, he plays good. We are all happy.
For me, I'm going to go with a totally different formation. It's going to be a 5-3-2 because I think this kind of game, especially against with that front three, Mourinho is not going to trust two centre backs, especially with the centre backs we have. So it's going to be the three at the back. It's going to be Bailly, Smalling, and Rojo. Then on the right wing back, it's going to be Dalot, and on the left, it's going to be Shaw. The reason I chose a 5 is also because of Dalot. Dalot has been excellent going forward, but he hasn't been tested defensively. So it's a bit of a surprise because teams like Fulham, they all like to attack Manchester United as of now because the factor is gone and all that. And Dalot has been pretty reasonably well defensively, but he hasn't played against Mane or Leroy Sané and that kind of players. So if he's going to go up against Mane, he needs help. Can't be the usual Dalot who goes up and makes a cross. But Dalot's crossing has been exceptionally well, and that's how we're going to win this game. So Dalot on the right, and then the three in the middle is going to be Ander Herrera, Matic, and Pogba. The reason why I chose these three is because Ander Herrera is a dirty bastard. He's going to whack the shit out of Liverpool, and we need that kind of player, especially at Anfield. He's not scared of a boost. He's not scared of whatever the opponent thinks. He plays for the badge on his chest. And Matic, he's undroppable in terms of Mourinho's eyes. If it's not for Matic, I would play Fred there because he's very quick. He's a very fast breaker. He's a Wijnaldum type of player with a bit more technical ability on his side. It's just that he haven't adapted to English football. And Pogba, if Pogba doesn't play, we are just an average team. Pogba has an arrogance. The game where Pogba didn't play against Man City, we look like schoolboys. So Pogba has to play, and the two up front is going to be Lukaku and Rashford. And it's a bit sad because I didn't include Martial in that 11, but Lukaku and Rashford deserve the start, especially when Martial is still out of the
injury.
Yeah, with the injury. We'll never know what his fitness, but that's my 11. As a Liverpool fan, what do you make of it?
I think that would be the usual Mourinho way where he kind of slow things down with the midfield being very hardworking, and I think it would be like last season, getting a quick 1 or 2 goal with Lukaku winning the header and Rashford running in behind. So maybe getting 1 goal, then just hit them on the counter. So I think that would worry Liverpool of the past, but I think this current Liverpool is more experienced, and I think they know how to slow the game down and just attack in the crucial moment. So instead of attacking every time, I think Liverpool will attack and will be very every time they attack, I think it would be a clear-cut chance instead of just attacking for the sake of attacking. So I think if Mourinho do the same tactic like how he did last season, I think Liverpool will be well prepared for it.
Yes, I agree with that. But this time around, as a squad, I feel Manchester United has more ammunitions such as Fred, Fellaini even, and what's his name, Martial. We have more players from the bench who can actually make a difference. And I hope that's what Mourinho uses them for, not to just come in and defend and all that. What do you think is the predictions? Let's go with Jack Sparrows first.
I think it's going to be a 2-1 for Manchester United.
And for Peter?
I think it will be a 1-0 victory for Liverpool.
I think it's going to be a 3-1 for Manchester United. We're going to concede first. Then we're going to make a comeback because Liverpool gets too cocky. And we're going to hit them on the counter 2 to 3 more times. And Lukaku with a brace and Rashford with 1. And we have come to the end of the Liverpool versus Manchester United preview. Hope you all enjoyed it. You all please like, share and subscribe. Leave your comments down below on how we can improve. And hopefully the best team wins this weekend. See you all guys. Bye!